Welcome to the new show from the Larry Dicko Barely Made It Productions. Shit I watched on Netflix. I'd like to watch Netflix late at night alone in my underwear and find weird stuff, and there's lots of weird stuff on there. So I'm just going to pick out 4 movies that I recently watched that really blew me away. First up, the Eiger Sanction. Clint Eastwood movie, unlike no other. It's about a little dog named Faggot.
Leave Dr. Hemlock alone, Faggot. Forgive him, Jonathan, but I'm afraid Faggot has not yet learned to recognize you.
No, it's not really about the whole dog, but there is a dog named Faggot that he tells. What did he say? Watch out, Faggot's gonna rape you? What did he say to that girl?
His name's Faggot. Hope he doesn't rape you.
Yeah, it's this awesome gay villain. Yes, it is. This movie's really weird. Eiger Sanctions. It is the story of a retired hitman, played by Clint Eastwood, who kills for art. He's an art collector. He loves art. So what does he do? He kills people to pay for his art that he collects, which is a really fucking amazing idea for a movie. Anyway, he gets roped into one more job, just one more job, by a fucking awesome albino crime boss named Dragon, who lives in a special red room.
Red lights.
Red lights has a really evil accent.
Listen, Hemlock, we have to do one more murder.
That's a terrible impersonation of him, but yeah, he's really just the classic, evil villain with a handicap. But he's not really the villain. He's kind of a good guy. It's a little unclear. He's wonderful, just amazing looking. There's also the movie is just chock.
It's like Bond. It's like Bond villain. You know,
a little bit of a Bond
classic
villain type. A little bit. This movie's definitely got some Bond elements. There's also astonishing dialogue in the movie. The whole thing is just peppered with unbelievable stuff that you would never hear today. There's a great scene where he meets a black stewardess who's really coming on to him, and her name is Jemima, and they get this big conversation about pancakes and race relations. It's just really off color and bizarre.
Now, if you'll just give me your name, I'll report it to the proper authorities when we land.
Jemima.
And I'm Uncle Ben.
I'm serious. That's really my name. Jemima Brown. My mother was hooked on being ethnic.
Or else turned on by a pancake.
Also, George Kennedy in it. George Kennedy is in it. The great George Kennedy. Love that guy. Bless his soul. He's the ultimate tough guy sidekick. He's never really the main guy, but he's Cool Hand Luke, Airport 75, Earthquake, and the list goes on forever. Just love that man. So. Anyway, for some reason, the movie is called the Eiger Sanction. Well, actually, it's because he has to do a hit on a part of a mountain called Eiger.
And hits are called sanctions.
Called sanctions. So it's a terrible name for the movie. And I think, honestly, that's why no one knows this movie, or it's kind of forgotten, because when you hear Eiger Sanction, it brings nothing to your mind. What the fuck's an Eiger? Why is there a sanction on it? So, yes, it's a great movie. It's on Netflix. It's long, but I recommend it. I would not recommend it.
Something else. It's long.
It's long.
Yeah,
it's very long.
I recommend it.
He recommends it. I recommend that too. This is the dictionary definition of the term. They don't make them like that anymore. So, oh yeah. It's also a hot Indian chick with giant tits named George in it.
Oh yeah.
Watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, for some reason this movie is not ever in his top 10 list, but it should be. It's really something. Next movie, also on Netflix, Machete, Maidens Unleashed. Boy, if you want to get a good peek into Roger Corman's twisted mind, this movie will give you quite the look.
We were giving the audience what they wanted to see.
The most grotesque creations we ever dared to show you on screen.
We did not have stars, so we had to exploit the subject matter.
A tremendous social revolution is taking place. Here, for the first time, is the story of that change.
And I fully accept the statement we were making exploitation film.
It's all about movies filmed in the Philippines during the 60s and 70s. Lots of stuff that was filmed there really cheap because extras would work for cookies. Stuntmen, if you killed one, it would just cost like $5. You could rent the fucking army. You could rent the army to come be in your movie. Apocalypse Now. That's where all that whole helicopters and all that shit came from. The documentary is very slick.
From the start of that partnership with Roger, Syria was able to also produce and direct for other film companies.
Ebony, Ivory, and Jade. 3 foxy mamas with 1,000 ways to kill.
It features a lot of the actors that worked there, a lot of directors that actually sort of took over. You know, the Americans came and started making weirdo movies. Got a lot of the Filipino directors involved. They started making weirdo movies. And there's a sizable part of the movie dedicated to that great little midget, Wing Wing, Little Wing Wing. Little Wing Wing's already famous on the internet because of the Little Wing Wing rap, but he is about this big, and he's pretty much a fucking astonishing James Bond ripoff karate midget guy with a jetpack. It's really something. So I recommend this movie. You'll learn a lot about Roger Corman, a lot of B movies you may not have ever heard of, or D movies, however you want to put it, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's good. Watch it. Next movie, Get the Gringo.
Holy moly, it's a fucking shame this movie isn't better known. Jesus Christ.
This shit should have won a fucking Oscar.
So I decided to take that Mexican vacation I'd been planning. Now, despite what people say, I had no trouble whatsoever getting across the border. Some nice people were there to greet me when I landed.
What's your name?
Boza. Dennis? Ruben?
I got some great snapshots.
I mean, this is an airtight action flick starring Mel Gibson as a bank robber who ends up stealing the wrong guy's money and winds up in a terrible prison, a nightmarish prison in Mexico. And he's left there to die, but he's just too cagey for that and ends up turning the tables on the people who wronged him. It's got snappy dialogue, it's got wild action scenes, wonderful characters, it's smartly filmed, it's slick, it's just a pleasure to watch, never boring.
Flows. It flows.
Right, it has a great rhythm.
God, yeah.
Yeah, and you just love, normally you hate the kids in movies, right?
Oh yeah.
The kid
this
in this
kid
movie,
he's great.
He's wonderful,
great,
yeah. He's the kind of kid I hope that someday you or I have together.
Yeah.
All right, the weird thing is I just can't understand why people didn't watch it.
You make me want to smoke. You fucked my day up. You care about yourself. You should just fucking smile and blow me.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Get the fuck out.
You need medication.
What?
You need medication.
I need a woman.
Yeah, I just can't understand it.
It's weird.
I need medication. I need someone who fucking treats me like a man, like a human being with kindness, who understands what gratitude is because I fucking bend over backwards with my balls in a knot.
That's strange.
Clearly this movie was buried by the Jews, and with good reason. Mel said some fucking awful things about them and many other people. The man just fucked up hard too many times in too many ways, and I think the world isn't ready to forgive him. And it's a shame. Maybe in 50 years, when people forgot about him and he's dead, this movie will come back and be a huge cult classic, and everybody will love it.
Yeah. This movie's great. He's, nightmare.
Yeah.
But this movie's great.
And he's great in the movie. Another movie I watched on Netflix, Rape Squad.
AKA Act of Vengeance.
Rape Squad is a movie about a squad of women who get raped, and they band together to get revenge on the rapists who raped them all. And not just raped them, he makes them sing Jingle Bells while raping them. That's his thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's normal.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but the rapist is the best thing in this movie. He is fucking funny. The actor just gets it. They give him lots of great lines. He likes to make him sing Jingle Bells because he likes a little music when he's bawling. Also, because he's so good, they're going to hear bells when he bangs them. I know rape's not funny unless it's by a clown, and then only if it's by a funny clown.
Yeah.
But it is kind of fun. Rape's kind of funny in this movie because it tries to be political. It's a weird movie. On one hand, it's trying to be political and show you how women are just, sort of, when they get raped, they're discarded. No one takes them serious. People don't treat them right. And so there's all kinds of women making very loud, angry, terrible acted political speeches. Then the next scene, there's like 7 naked women in a hot tub like frolicking. It's kind of like trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Or have your pie and eat it too. Pie and eat it too. Pie.
Also, when the girls do get revenge, it's pretty fucking weak. They kind of just beat a guy up and thrash his apartment, I was expecting some balls to get cut off and thrown in a meat grinder, or maybe some dude to get his nuts punctured by stilettos. But the girls really don't bring it at the very end.
Definitely not a good first date movie.
No, it's not.
Pie and eat it too.
And my personal hero, when I was watching it, I was looking up different people who wrote about it, and my personal hero, Roger Ebert, actually had a review. It was pretty entertaining. He gave it 1 star, so that's why I love Roger Ebert. It's like, okay, what's he gonna do today? Just gonna go review Rape Squad. Whatever. I love that guy. What most critics would probably just ignore it, but he's like, well, I'll watch it, so that's great. All right, and that's all for this this show. I'm sure I'll watch some stuff soon and be back to report on it. Doing some reporting. Okay. Oh. Too much rape for lunch. Ready?